Man, I am so on vacation right now. So good morning, greetings and aloha, what's going on? It's Mike's from livemyassoff.com. Gracie and I got up a little earlier this morning because of yesterday's way that we woke up, which was not really, anything remarkable other than the fact that we looked out from our window and we saw on the horizon, we saw even deeper red sunrise, and it was pretty close to being right at the horizon. And I said, okay, well, just before that deep red light came, there was this one bird that was really loud, and then there was another one that was just sort of like a bird. Maybe you can't even hear that over the waves. That's a quality problem, isn't it? I couldn't hear that over the crashing waves. Yeah. I'll take it. And then there was the chickens, the roosters, whatever the hell chicken crow noise occurs in the morning. So I said, all right, well, what we'll do is we'll wait for the bird, and then we'll get up and we'll go to the beach to catch sunrise, right? Now, last night it rained. It wasn't intense and energetic rain, but the thunder and lightning was spectacular. I like it. It bothers Gracie a little bit, but I don't know, I like the energy of it. And with those two things, unfortunately, what we've got this morning, that's actually pretty awesome right there. But I was hoping for the deep red this morning, and that hasn't happened. But I just love the super flat water in the morning. Because the tide is a little higher this morning than it was yesterday when I was out here in the morning, but also because the time that I am out here in the morning is earlier than I was out here in the morning yesterday. But I wanted to walk down here just sort of to start the walk off, because if you remember from yesterday's walk, this sand, I mean, it changes in height significantly over the course of 24 hours. And I guess when there's rain and that sort of thing, and then there's a little bit more energy, let's say, to the sea, and with that, more sand moves around. It's been neat coming out here every single morning, I think, since we got here. But because of that, I get to see the changes, I am very close I really want to stay here more than a couple more days. I have great memories of here, and it is very easy for Gracie and I to make great new memories here. When we had dinner the other night at this Australian pub on, what do they refer to it as, Soy Bus Stop, which is basically these two very close together sort of one-way streets, and traditionally there's bars and restaurants along these two streets that basically go west up from the beach. It's kind of right in the middle of Cham Beach. And anyway, as you might guess, there's no bars and pretty much no restaurants open. Anyway, there was one restaurant that was open called the Billabong, and it was sort of an Australian place, right? So they had burgers and tacos and wraps and French fries and very Western food. I had the Australian burger, meaning that I had a beef burger with Australian beef. It was okay. Gracie had 2 pork tacos and 2 beef tacos. And they were all right as well. I won't go back for the food, but I'll absolutely go back for the guy that owns it. His name is Ed, and he's a really nice guy. And the big takeaway was the fact that there is this, he referred to it as an elephant sanctuary, which is not inaccurate, but it's got infinitely more than that there, he was telling us. He's like, there's a puma, and there's monkeys, and there's, and they're all rescues, right? And so I was like, well, that's pretty awesome. And I guess you can stay there, obviously you make a big donation, that sort of thing, and you stay, but it's definitely somewhere where I want to go. We also want to go over to the park. It's like a national forest park, and we've pretty much gone there every single time we've come to Cha'am. Now, the last time we came to Cha'am in July, it was closed. We drove up and they gave us the, the X symbol, like with your hands, right? And unfortunately you couldn't go in. But as you see me right now, walking on the beach with no mask, things are a little bit more relaxed. And I'm grateful for that. And I think that's another thing that also makes me feel a part of this place, more so than in Bangkok right now, simply because I can take my mask off at the beach. And I am very used to wearing my mask everywhere I go in Bangkok. And I've got better masks that don't like stick so much to your face. There's more of a frame to them, and so you can actually breathe and it doesn't rub up against your lips the whole time. But nonetheless, right, it's like my buddy used to refer to behaviors that were like kind of uncomfortable as basically taking a bath with socks on, right? You're just like, this is not comfy. You're having some fun digging away, and you were about to follow me until I caught you. and then you started in, huh? All right, buddy. Anyway, so today is Tuesday, and so therefore it is one more day with chairs and umbrellas. And in fact, Gracie wants to try what we refer to, where I grew up, as horseshoe crabs. They have them here in the buckets of shellfish and seafood along the roads, just like they have crabs and other seafood, shrimp, that sort of thing. And so she wants to try one of those today, so I'm game. I believe that the signs that they use to display or identify the cost of fish and that sort of thing, let's say like $250, $300. I believe that's the cost of half a kilo, which actually makes it potentially a little easier for us USA folk, because half a kilo is approximately 1 pound, so that might make the math a little easier. But regardless, I believe they're about $300, so about $10 a pound kind of thing. And I think if I remember correctly, a horseshoe crab weighs probably about 2 pounds now, so 1 kilo. When I was a kid, the horseshoe crabs would basically, they would kind of end up along the shore, the surf line here, and or the wave line or the water line. I'm not really sure what you sort of call that, where the water meets where the surf meets the turf, but nonetheless, they would end up there, and then we would basically just take them by their little thing and just like throw them into the water. I mean, they were a shellfish, crustacean, I guess, I don't know. That effectively had zero value, and the last thing we would think about doing where I grew up was eating them. And here they sell them for about $10 a pound. So we'll see what they taste like. I assume they're going to steam them or boil them, much like you would a crab, and then you crack them open and eat them like you would a lobster or a crab. So we'll see. I don't have a whole lot of expectation. I know one of the things that, I mean, I think lobster tastes pretty good, but I will say that lobster also tastes really good when you dip it in butter. So, a lot of times it's like, I tell you what, let me have a little bit of more lobster with my butter. I had a pretty good night's sleep last night. Actually, I hope you guys did as well. I think the fact that I went for a 3-hour walk, walked about 24,000, just over 24,000 steps yesterday, which translated to about 18.5 kilometers. So that was a really good walking day, and because of my enjoyment of it, especially in each time, I was going to say especially in the afternoon, but no, that's not true. I don't especially like walking in the afternoon. I don't especially like walking in the morning. I just love walking on the beach. And I love it right now, but I also like the afternoons because it's ridiculously hot. And I love feeling the sun beating down on me. Puppy. A lot of dogs out here in the morning, but I will tell you, if I had my eyes closed and was walking down the beach, I'd never know they're here. Occasionally, a couple of them will just kind of be jumping around each other and what I refer to as playing. Who knows? Maybe they're marking their territory, but they don't growl and they don't seem real intent on causing much harm to the other one. However, the main reason I bring it up is I really like the fact that they don't bark. So that's nice. Again, a little different, right? In the morning. The little sandbar, the little pools that form. But still with all the little dots and things. And so here's my morning team. Oh, you got a good looking coat. I'm sure none of them speak English. So anything I say, although maybe if I say my, then that might mean no, but I don't know. I don't know if I'm even pronouncing the tone right. I bet the dogs are very tone sensitive. They can probably distinguish between the tones of the Thai words. Gracie is here in all of her beauty with her... What kind of flower is that?
I don't know, actually.
Yeah, me neither. I love them.
But it smells good.
It does smell good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember what that flower is called. It's not like it's new to us. I mean, shoot, I had them growing out in front of the house in Coronado. So, she likes these rocks. A couple times she's come down and she just sort of makes it to here. And then she does various videoing exercises, be it on Facebook or... I don't know whether she's been TikToking a lot lately. I don't pay attention to that medium a whole lot. I have several accounts, but I'm trying to figure... Yeah, she mentioned, yeah, there's a whole bunch of squid. And there's, whoops, another fish there. I'm not quite sure of the reason, whether it's due to the, storm, basically, rain, I guess, that we had last night, or whether it's remnants of fishing boats. I actually really should come down here at night. I have such a, of all the things in my life that I do, randomly, I still have these patterns. And for me, like, basically once it gets dark outside, the day is kind of over for me. And, but once it gets light out, I like to have the day begin. I feel a lot more fulfilled when I get out into the day, as close to sunrise as possible, because, I don't know, I just have this feeling that if I get out here after sunrise, well, I've missed some daylight. So, I mean, you know, I don't beat myself up, but it's just like, yeah, I'd really like to get out here. But the neat thing that even from the condo way in past the trees, I can even, you know, you see these green lights that are one of the kind of lights that shine from the boats out on the horizon. Yeah, some more squid here on the ground, and a guy with his net back there. Another fish, and it doesn't, I don't know, at least from my level of ignorance of fish, it doesn't look like it was once used as, you know, bait, or potentially someone bought it to eat. But then there are these like pieces of snake that aren't necessarily squid. This looks like a pretty small squid, but again, I don't know. I can only assume it's from the rain we had last night. I hope you liked the couple videos that I've been putting up are a little longer than normal. It's sort of my way of doing a live stream, but after the fact, which of course YouTube labels as a premiere, but it allows me to have the chat on the video, much like we would on a live stream, but affords me the ability to be able to interact with you via the chat. So that's working out pretty good, because if I were to do a live stream during those times, which I would really like to do, the ability for me to interact in the comments would be just difficult. Man, I am so on vacation right now. This is great. I got the GoPro Hero 9 out this morning rather than have the phone. The GoPro, obviously very light, and with this sort of selfie stick, if you will, attachment, gives a very high quality picture as far as I'm concerned. And it doesn't fatigue my arm. I don't really have a whole lot this morning, but I definitely wanted to check in, and I wanted to share with you guys kind of what our plans are for the day. Again, I haven't decided how much longer we're going to stay in Cha'am. In my mind, I keep thinking, you know, we should really stay here a month, and that's a pretty beautiful sight. We may in fact end up doing that. I haven't decided. It's real nice this morning with this haze and, you know, the cloud cover. It's a little cooler than it was yesterday, but of course yesterday I was out here at about 45 minutes later than I got out here this morning. So but I think for me the good morning walk is pretty much all the way down to the end of South Cha'am Road. South Cha'am Beach Road, I'll call it that. It's not, but if any of you are from these parts, then you're probably familiar with Cha'am Beach Road. And if I said South Cha'am Beach Road, then you would know, oh yeah, that's the one that goes south from, yeah. So, and it dead ends. The other thing that we are going to do is get back in the car, and this is the thing that sort of is preventing me from getting a 1-month lease or anything down here right now, and head down to Bang Sapan. And I want to do that for a couple of reasons. One is that we've never been down via car south of Prachap Kurikan, the city, not the province, because Bang Sapan is in Prachap Kurikan province. So we've never been down any further south of Prachap Kurikan. I definitely want to get down further south than that. And we've been to PKK enough times where basically we've mastered it. And so we don't need to go back. I don't have the love for that location as much as I do for Cha'am. And so I figure once we get down past that, a place that we've never gone further south than in a car, it will be a part of a new adventure, But there's a part of me that thinks because of that, it will then propel us, or propel me at least, to continue driving. And I haven't decided where our final destination will be. I suppose if we take long enough, then by the time we get to Phuket, the entry requirements will be ideally a little bit more lax than they are right now. And it won't involve us having to quarantine for anything more than, you know, physically staying on the island for, you know, 7 days or whatever, which that ain't so tough now, is it? I'm gonna keep walking. I may come back, but at the end of the day, I wanted to just say good morning. And with that, it's Mike from LiveMyAssOff.com. Absolutely on vacation and feeling it and loving it. And I hope wherever you're watching this, I hope you're safe and happy.